What if the ocean, the very system that keeps our planet stable, suddenly started to break down? Not with a loud explosion, not with a visible crack, but slowly, silently, until one day, everything changes. Because right now, something deep within the Atlantic Ocean is shifting, and most people have no idea it's happening. Far out in the Atlantic Ocean, there is a powerful system of currents moving water across the planet. It acts like a giant conveyor belt, carrying warm water from the tropics toward colder regions and sending cold water back down again. This system helps regulate temperatures, control weather patterns, and keep entire continents stable. Scientists call it the Atlantic Meridional Overturning Circulation, or AMOC. And for thousands of years, it has quietly kept Earth's climate in balance. But now, something is changing. Measurements show that this massive ocean current is slowing down, not stopping completely, not yet, but weakening. And the reason is something you can't even see directly. Fresh water, coming from melting ice and increasing rainfall, is entering the ocean in large amounts. This changes the density of seawater, making it harder for the current to sink and continue its cycle. It's like a machine losing its momentum, piece by piece. At first, the effects are subtle. A slight shift in temperature, a small change in weather patterns, nothing that immediately feels like a crisis. But as the slowdown continues, those small changes begin to grow. Now imagine this. The current weakens further, and suddenly the warm water that usually travels north begins to fade. Regions that depend on this heat, especially parts of Europe, could experience dramatic cooling. Winters become harsher, summers shorter, weather more unpredictable. Entire ecosystems begin to struggle to adapt. And at the same time, other regions face the opposite problem. As the balance shifts, some areas could experience stronger storms, rising sea levels, and extreme weather events. Hurricanes may intensify, rainfall patterns may become chaotic, floods in some places, droughts in others. It's not just one disaster, it's a chain reaction. But here's where it gets truly unsettling. Scientists have found evidence that this system doesn't just change gradually, it can reach a tipping point. A moment where everything shifts rapidly and becomes impossible to reverse, at least on human timescales. One moment the system is slow, the next it collapses into a completely different state. And if that happens, the consequences wouldn't just last years, they could last centuries. Think about that. Entire generations growing up in a world where weather patterns are no longer predictable, where agriculture becomes unstable, where coastlines change, where economies struggle to adapt to conditions they were never designed for. And the scariest part? We may not get a clear warning before it happens, because unlike earthquakes or volcanoes, this isn't a sudden event you can see coming in seconds. It's a slow process that builds quietly until it reaches a breaking point. And by the time we fully realize what's happening, it may already be too late to stop it. Right now, researchers around the world are monitoring the Atlantic closely, using satellites, deep-sea sensors, and climate models to understand how fast this system is changing. Some studies suggest the slowdown is already significant compared to past centuries. Others warn that if current trends continue, a major shift could occur within decades. But even with all this data, there's still uncertainty. No one can say exactly when or if a complete collapse will happen, and that uncertainty makes it even more dangerous because it means we're dealing with a system that doesn't follow clear timelines, one that can surprise us. And yet, life goes on as normal. Ships cross the ocean, cities grow along coastlines, people go about their daily routines unaware of the massive forces moving beneath the surface, invisible but powerful enough to reshape the world. So the question isn't just what is happening, it's how far it will go. Will this ocean current stabilize and recover, or are we already past the point where it can return to normal? Because if the Atlantic system truly begins to fail, it won't just be an ocean problem, it will be a global disaster, a silent shift that changes everything.